I curse a lot, actually.
Yeah, I admit that I curse. I curse a good amount. It's wrong, but you know, it's hard to not.
Not really. I don't really think that's very appropriate.
I don't really curse that much.
If I do, it would be maybe every once in a while.
I curse a lot, and just with my friends and when I'm mad and stuff. I curse a lot, just talking like regularly.
I don't usually curse very often, and maybe once or twice I'll slip.
No, not that often. Just sometimes when I hurt myself.
Usually when I'm just kind of mad and upset.
Yes, I curse a lot. Not when I'm around my elders or anything, but in school I'll curse.
Yeah, I do curse a lot, like daily, I guess.
Once in a while, like if I'm mad at something or like if I'm hyped about something.
I try not to curse. In fact, a couple days ago, my dad caught me cursing in text message, and I've tried to quit that since then.
What about your friends and about their cursing?
They curse a lot too, behind their parents' back. Like no one I know does it in front of their parents. So.
Yeah, my friends curse.
Yeah, me and my friends just curse like when we're just having a conversation.
Not an incredible amount, but we all try and curb our language because we all go to a Catholic school.
Yeah, they curse, but like they don't do it as much because I stopped.
Not my close ones, not really, but you know, just kind of my friends that I sometimes hang out with, they curse every once in a while.
My friends curse a lot, I guess you could say, but I mean, it's situational. You know, if we're in school and stuff like that, there's no reason to curse and we won't curse.
There are over 600,000 words in the English language.
And still, some people choose to use profanity.
Some of us curse in an effort to sound mature.
While others do it to fit in with the crowd.
And some of us don't even realize we're cursing.
Today we'll explore how young people use profanity and see what the scriptures say about the use of foul language. Hi everyone, I'm Jess.
And I'm Kenny.
And this is Realfaith TV.
Many other teens on the street have confessed to being guilty of swearing and using profane language.
We'll hear from them more a little later in the show, as well as meet our studio guests.
But first, let's meet our spotlight guest, Nina, who will tell us why she regrets getting caught up in the pattern of cursing.
And why she thinks many young people also pick up this habit.
I tend to curse when I'm like around my friends a lot, but I'm trying to stop. Most of my friends curse. Some of them curse a lot, like an excessive amount, and some of them not that much. I find myself using profanity like when I'm really mad at someone, or sometimes when I'm just hanging out with my friends and just like joking around and stuff. I think people curse because when they get mad, it's like the first thing that comes to their mind most of the time. Their friends do it, and probably they get it from their parents or other people they're around. I guess kids usually use it because they try to act cool in front of their friends. It's become a social thing when people curse because they say it around their friends and they don't realize that they're actually cursing. And when they do curse, they don't mean it, they just say it because it's a way to fit in. So you start cursing, then like after a while it just turns into a huge habit and you just can't stop. I don't think teenagers should curse because it actually like degrades them, and it doesn't show that they're mature, it just shows that they're still immature and they need to start respecting people more. From experience, I've done it, and I know like I regret it because since it's become such a big habit, it's just like I just want to stop already. So I like just take my advice and just stop while you're ahead.
Yeah, like I definitely agree with what Nina was saying. Like I do curse, my friends curse. Like it's just kind of like it happens, you know. And it's definitely not like the right thing to do. But like you get caught up like with your friends or whatever, so it does happen.
Yeah, exactly. Like she said, it was a social thing. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, let's meet our studio guests and see if they struggle with the use of profane language.
Okay, they are Mary, Vince, Phil, Ijama, Tiffany, Kelly, and Charlotte.
So, do any of you curse, or did you used to curse when you were younger?
I think I cursed a lot more when I was younger than now. I mean, I still do curse more than I should, but I try to be more aware of it, and I'll tell myself, Mary, that's not the right thing to do. Let's pick another word.
I agree with Mary. Like when I was younger, I would curse more, but as like now that I'm older, I like know that I shouldn't curse because it's bad. So.
I kind of curse subconsciously. Like there'll be times where I'll be talking and like I'll slip a word in there, and people will be like, "Why'd you say that?" I was like, "What'd I say?" I've started using substitution words, and that's becoming more subconscious than regular cursing. So it's kind of good, but kind of bad because people know what I mean.
I think I curse more now than I did when I was younger.
I think it's different for me. I actually didn't curse when I was younger. I curse more now. You know, I try a lot not to.
Actually, I'm the same. When I was younger, it was more of I was a quiet child who didn't curse, and then all my friends would something, maybe I should start, which looking back on, I'm thinking, wrong decision, but you know, now it's definitely trying to wean myself off of it.
Often people swear when they are angry or frustrated.
Others may curse because they hear it so often in the people around them that it seems a natural way to express themselves.
Next, let's see in what situations the teens on the street say they use profanity.
And why they think young people curse.
Let's check it out.
In what situations do you find yourself being most profane?
I guess I'm around my friends because, you know, you try to outdo each other.
Competitions and games.
In school, when somebody tries to start with me or something, that's when I'll start to curse a lot.
Well, I curse like a lot, repetitively, like when I'm really mad.
When I'm mad or I hurt myself.
When I'm mad mostly, like really aggravated.
When I'm mad, if I hurt myself.
I find myself using profanity a lot when I'm like irritated by people.
Even if I'm not mad or anything, I just say it just to express myself, I guess.
Why do you think people curse?
I guess because it sounds cool and they just want to get attention.
I think the curse is like they want to be cool.
Because they think it sounds cool.
Because they want to express their feelings.
I think a lot of people do it to be cool. I think it like makes a point more bold when people are talking.
They think they sound cool or grown up, and some people just because they hear it a lot, they're used to saying it.
You grow up around it, like you're always talking, oh, not to say that word. And when you're with your friends, oh, someone says it, and like, I don't know, it just spreads out.
I think they find a need to express themselves in an extreme manner.
Because it's a way to let out anger and hurt other people.
I think it's like definitely a part of our society, you know, like if there's a reason that people curse.
Maybe they can't get the words out right, I guess, and they don't know what to say about something, so they just use any word.
I remember being young and not cursing, but then you get older and you curse a lot just because it's kind of like you feel like you fit in more, you become more of like an alpha male crowd or something like that.
I think it actually becomes like a habit. Like after you like learn the words, they just like become part of your like vocabulary.
I think one of the biggest reasons why people curse is because of, you know, how the media is voicing their opinions nowadays. Like you hear stuff like in music and movies, and it's constant hearing these curse words, and we see people on TV and people we respect and idolize say negative things like that, and we think that it's okay.
Yeah, definitely. I think like you see celebrities like do it, you're like, all right, well they're doing it. You know, that's like obviously the cool thing to do, so let me try it, but it's totally opposite. Next, let's see why Nina thinks young people curse.
We'll hear about a time when Nina heard her mother using profane language, and that caused her to realize that she needed to break this habit.
When I was younger, like middle school, I used to curse, but not a lot. And it was mostly because like I heard other people cursing and my parents and everything. Recently, I've cursed in front of my parents a lot now that I'm older. And they don't really say anything anymore because like they're used to it, I guess, and they assume since I'm of age or whatever. I'm really trying to stop because it's become a really big habit, and I know it's not like a good thing to keep cursing. I think it's difficult for me to stop cursing because like it's become such a big habit, and I've used it so much like in my life, and like when I'm mad it just comes out because like I can't really help it anymore. If I keep cursing a lot, it's gonna affect my life. Like if I go to get a job and I'm trying to be business-like, it'll just like ruin everything if I end up cursing. Well, one time I used cursing like against my mom. Like she really got me mad, and like I cursed her off pretty bad, and later on I found out that I really hurt her and I made her cry. And like I felt really bad about it, and I apologized and everything, but like it's been stuck with me, and I guess that's another reason why I'm trying to stop. Well, most kids usually curse when they're younger, but now that I'm mature, I realize it's very disrespectful towards other people. And like my stepfather says that it's not like ladylike. My best friend Lorena, she used to curse a lot. Recently she's stopping because I guess she's maturing and everything, and she realized it's not good. She's kind of getting me to stop too, and I was talking to her about it, and she was telling me how it would be better if I didn't curse. Since she stopped cursing, she seems more mature now, and she like understands everything. And like I realized from seeing her and like everything she does, like when she's mad she doesn't curse, and she doesn't curse in front of other people, and it really helps me like want to stop cursing.
I agree with Nina that people who appear to be more mature when they express themselves without using curse words.
I agree. In fact, P.M. Borney, author of Choosing Civility, The 25 Rules of Considerate Conduct, says that
one of the consequences of excessive swearing is the inability to articulate.
the profanities are the fillers. They take the place of a more sophisticated way of speaking. So, why do you think we curse?
Teenagers curse to be cool, to like hang with their friends and stuff. But with me, like just kind of used it just to go with it. Like it was just something that came up and it gradually became part of my vocabulary. And at times it'll slip out at really bad times. Like in the worst possible moment, like a curse will slip out and I'll be like, and then like my parents will just give me that look, like, you know, the look where they just kind of look at you like, you're so gonna get it after this. And then I'm like, help, and then.
Kids try to be cool, and I know that's what happened with me. As soon as I got into like high school, I wanted to be cool and I wanted to fit in, but then I realized that being cool is being different. So if everybody's cursing and I'm cursing too, that's not cool because I sound dumb and I'm not dumb. And then my younger sibling started cursing, so that wasn't good because my sister was cursing all the time, and she started cursing in the house. So you should try to not do it.
Yeah, I think kids curse because of things around them, like movies, and you know their parents maybe or friends curse, so they feel that they need to curse. And I see like when kids curse, they curse at the younger sibling, maybe 2 or 3. I've seen that happen, and that's not a good thing because at age 2 and 3 you're starting to learn how to speak. Mm-hmm. When you have curse words, and you know in your life, you pick up on that, and therefore they start to curse as a young child.
Well, last year I got into my first car accident. And it wasn't my fault at all. Just to say, I'm a very good driver. But when the guy got out of his car, I was really mad because I found out he was on his phone while he was driving, which is against the law. And I just like don't know what happened because I don't usually curse, but I was swearing left and right because I was so angry. It was like a month after I got my license, and I was just like, are you kidding me?
I was in the room when 2 of my friends were cursing out their parents. And I mean, these were some heavy-duty cursings. And I'm watching this, and I'm thinking to myself, they're embarrassing their parents, and they're embarrassing themselves. Because for someone to disrespect their parents by cursing at them and in front of all their friends, I mean, that makes people think that you don't have respect for your parents, and that's a relationship that you want people to think is strong. And it really made me go home and think about how I talk to my parents. I would probably be very regretful if I tried to curse at my mother or father. But at the same time, at the end, I think to myself, I don't curse at my parents, but I would never want to because it wouldn't be the consequences of the action, but it would be how I would feel that I had the audacity to do that to my parents.
Yeah, I kind of have like the opposite story. I saw a parent cursing at their child, and just to like see the kid's face, and like she went away crying, and I know like how hurtful it is. And I would never want to do that to somebody.
I wouldn't want to be like spoken to that way, so I'm not going to speak to anyone else that way.
What we say and what we do show people who we are.
If we are constantly using profane language, what does that say about us?
Is it who we really are, or is it who we really want to be?
Or are we victims of a culture that appears to accept this type of language in much of the music we listen to?
And the movies and television shows we watch.
Next, let's go back to the teens on the street and find out how they feel about people who swear.
And if it bothers them to hear cursing in movies and on television.
Let's check it out.
How do you feel about people who swear?
It's whatever. I mean, I think people should do whatever they want. I don't really care.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but you know, you should try to be more respectful of other people around you.
I feel that people who swear are like kind of trashy almost, and it doesn't look good for them.
No, it doesn't bother me at all. I like it.
I feel that it's them saying the curse, not me, so I shouldn't judge them on how they speak.
I guess it's their choice. I mean, whatever they believe. I don't hold anything against them, but I think it really just makes you sound stupid if you swear.
I have no problem with them, really. You know, like if it's excessive and unnecessary, then like, yeah, it's like you kind of see through them.
Sometimes it's really disgusting when they do, and it's rude, I think, sometimes, so that's hypocritical, there you go, but I don't like it when other people curse.
I think it's wrong to swear and stuff, like, but I mean, I don't know. I do it too, so I guess I'm being a hypocrite if I say it's bad, but like, I don't think people should do it.
Does it bother you to hear cursing in movies, television, the music, or other media?
Well, I think they're setting a bad example when they do that.
If it's like really bad, like nonstop, it's like bothers me. But if it's like a word here and there, it's not like that bad.
Not really. It's just normal, I guess.
Sometimes when it's on the radio, like XM radio, how they don't have to block it out, I think that's kind of bad because I think kids listen to it. But in movies, I don't really mind.
Like in rap music and stuff like that, I think it's really offensive a lot of times.
I try not to listen to that very much, but it doesn't really, like you hear it so often, it doesn't really bother me too much.
But when it's excessive, I think it's definitely a problem.
Yeah, because my little siblings can be watching that movie or watching that TV, and I don't want them hearing anything like that.
Yeah, sometimes like in music especially, like they use too much curse words. Like once in a while, I guess it's okay maybe, but like for every single word, they just have to put like FFF. So I don't like that.
It does bother me when I hear cursing, excessive cursing in movies and music. But I also believe in freedom of speech. I don't believe in censorship. And I think that if that's the way you're going to express yourself, however negative I may feel it is, then that's your choice.
For me, it's like there's a point where it's like too much. Like if you're around your friends and it's like, you know, 1 or 2 words like for like the whole day. But when there's like, it's like every other word out of their mouth, it's like, all right, a little much, bro. Like chill out a little bit.
I agree with both of you. I mean, you have the freedom to listen to whatever you want, and you have the freedom to not listen to that as well. And my sister has like this obsession with that new Drake song, and I like the edited version. It's just as good as the other one, and it doesn't have all those curse words. So it's what you want to listen to and how people express themselves.
Yeah, I agree. I once heard a song, and it was a really good song, really great. Like, and I don't mind cursing in songs sometimes, but like, as the song went on, like it got to the middle point, and they just emphasized this one curse word in it. It was just like calm, 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 blank, calm, calm, calm. And I was like, the whole thing got ruined just by that one word. It was just that one word that they made such a big point of it. Like it ruined it. It completely ruined it for me.
I really worry on what effect it's going to have on the younger society, just because it's all over the place, and like younger audience, like my little brother, he listens to the music with the curses in it, and I just don't know what effect it's going to have on him and all his friends.
Like my little brother, I really don't want him listening to like that kind of music because it's really bad.
Why should they have to use profane language to get their point across? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you can say the same exact thing without putting all those bad words in it, and it'll still maybe have the same effect. So why do they have to use profane language at all?
I think it's important that parents educate their children on how to stay strong against the influence of the media. The media is always going to be throwing things at kids and even at us and even at adults. That's what their job is, advertising. So I think it's important for parents to make sure that their children aren't influenced negatively. But on the other hand, when you think about the media, though, it's their job to sell records, it's their job to get ratings. And unfortunately, in our society, people respond to negative things when they're portrayed in a funny way or when they're portrayed in degrading ways.
A local youth group has what they call the OMG jar.
If somebody curses or takes the Lord's name in vain, they have to put a quarter in the jar.
All the money raised goes to the parish's food pantry.
By policing themselves, the group's use of foul language has dropped considerably.
Even the adult leaders have curbed their cursing habits.
What are some other ways we can break the habit of cursing?
That's what we asked the teens on the street.
Let's check it out.
What are some ways do you think we can stop ourselves from cursing?
I guess just try to catch yourself and then say a better word.
Think of a different word instead of saying that actual word.
Like listen to more Christian music and watch like better TV and stuff, because you know most stuff you get from music and TV.
Thinking before we speak.
Think before you speak.
Calm down in a situation.
Stay calm.
Like if you think that you're gonna swear or something, like you should probably stop yourself before saying it.
I definitely believe in like that counting to 10 thing, whatever it is. Like you kind of calm yourself down.
Try and be more conscious of who's around me. Like if little kids are around me, I definitely shouldn't do it at all. Catch yourself a few times and just get into the habit of not cursing, I guess.
Hang around people that don't swear very much.
Training yourself, and like every time you do it, like tell yourself not to, and then maybe the next time you won't.
Do you use any words in substitution often, or?
Yeah, I try to.
I don't substitute any words when I try to curse. I just kind of use them.
Sometimes I honestly make a noise. Like I'll just like clap my hands, or like I'll just do something, like instead of saying it.
Like, oh my gosh, dang it, stuff like that. crap, maybe. I could use crap instead of swearing. Or shoot.
Shiitake.
Crud and stuff.
Like if I'm gonna say the F word or something, I might say like oh fudge or like oh freak or something like that. But yeah, some like stupid little words like that.
Can you think of any ways we can stop ourselves from cursing and any words you may have used in substitution?
I know myself, I started using substitution words and I was like, you know, that's bad. It's just as bad as if I'm gonna take the time to think of a word to say in placement of this curse word, I'd rather just find another way of saying it, like without using curse words or without thinking of curse words.
I think it's important as a stepping stone if you're trying to stop cursing, though, because I know I have a friend who everything she says, basically, I repeat. I don't know why, but her word is sheep, and for some strange, awkward reason, I picked that up, but my cursing has gone down a lot in comparison now I'm using that word. And I think it's important if you're going to stop, try to, instead of quitting cold turkey, because it might be difficult, maybe use substitution words.
I agree with Vince. I think that a substitution word is a good transitional phase for you to be in, especially in comparison to cursing. But I think we have to remember that it's not so much the word, like it is a bad word, there are bad words, but it's more the intention behind the word. It doesn't matter what the word is as long as you still have that malicious thought behind it.
Yep.
Next, Nina tells us other ways to try to keep yourself from cursing.
And what her faith teaches her about this topic.
I think some ways that we can stop ourselves from swearing is if we use substitution words or if we just like say it in our head and try not to say it around other people or out loud. Like I'll use freak or darn or like heck and stuff like that and shoot. When I'm trying not to curse, I'll like blank it out or I'll use another word or I'll stop myself in mid-sentence. My faith teaches me about using profound language and cursing by saying that you shouldn't do it and like it's disrespectful towards people, especially like if you use like the Lord's name in vain. I guess I heard that like if I try to talk to God, it might help better, like to stop my cursing, and I can pray to him and it'll probably help me realize better. Well, I think that like the fact that I cursed off my mom, like in the commandments it says I should like honor thy mother and father, and like with cursing, it like cursing her off and everything, that's not really honoring her. And Jesus tells us to like love everyone, and when we use profanity, it's just saying that we don't care. I think like when you curse, it doesn't show respect towards people, and it like when you're mad at someone, when you use curse words, it hurts them a lot more than you actually mean. And the golden rule says that you should treat others how you want to be treated, and if you don't want to be cursed at, then you shouldn't curse at other people, because I know if someone cursed at me when they were mad, I would feel really bad and it would hurt a lot, because I know a couple times my friends have done that to me and I took it to the heart, and I didn't know like if they actually meant it. Even if they didn't, it feels like they meant it in a bad way.
In the book of Sirach, we read,
a man who has the habit of abusive language will never mature in character as long as he lives.
And in Ephesians chapter 4, we read,
no foul language should come out of your mouths,
but only such as is good for needed edification, that it may impart grace to those who hear.
Next, let's hear what the teens on the street said their faith tells them about cursing.
My faith tells me not to use it because it's not healthy for your brain.
That it's really bad because like it's just very dishonorable and it's really unnecessary.
That is wrong.
Be a better person and not do it.
I'm not really religious, but I think you shouldn't curse if you're religious.
We should try not to use profane language as much as we can.
I don't think it's necessarily a good thing that other people get like polluted by your thoughts and stuff like that.
It's a sin to use profane language, so you should stop.
You're not supposed to curse or Lord's name in vain or anything like that.
My faith teaches me that it's not good to say it and that you shouldn't say it, but I kind of do anyway, so I guess I'm not practicing what they preach me.
No, I don't think it's a sin to curse at all. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like you're interacting with humans.
I think it is a sin to curse because like it's like abusing like your language and stuff, which really isn't good.
I guess it's a sin because you're saying bad things, and like especially if you're like swearing to God, then that's bad because, you know, you're not supposed to do that.
I don't know exactly if it's a sin to curse, but like I said, to use the Lord's name in vain, that's a sin. But the way you use cursing, like towards other people, that could be a sin.
I definitely feel that like my faith tells me not to, because when you curse at someone, you hurt them and you bring them down. And we're all supposed to be about bringing people up and helping them.
And our faith teaches us about respect, and cursing is a very disrespectful thing to do.
My faith teaches me that cursing is really disrespectful, and as Christians, we shouldn't do it.
I try very hard not to curse. Every time I go to, I just try to think, oh, what would Jesus do? And
I think that language and speech is a gift from God, and that it's disrespectful to take the easy way out and just find those simple words that mean nothing to us. And I think that our church and our faith teaches us that not only should we not use the Lord's name in vain, but it's deeper than that. We shouldn't curse with anybody's name or any intention like that.
As we've discussed, using profanity can easily become a habit.
But bad habits can be broken with awareness and persistence.
If swearing is a problem for you, ask your friends and family to point out when you use language that is less than appropriate.
When you get angry or frustrated about something, try to take a mental time out and think about what you say before you say it.
And don't forget to pray and ask God to help you to speak words of love, words that are life-giving, words that will help to build the kingdom of God here on earth.
Have you been caught in the habit of using profane language?
Do you have any advice on how to break the habit?
We'd love to know. Contact us through our website.
The address is www.realfaithtv.com.
Or you can call us at 609-406-7402.
And we'll leave you today with this final thought from St. Paul's letter to the Colossians.
By these you too once conducted yourselves when you lived in that way.
But now you must put them all away.
Anger, fury, malice, slander, and obscene language out of your mouths.
So let's try to speak words of love and kindness.
And put away our anger and profane words.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time on
Real Faith TV.
God bless.